Hello everyone, welcome back to 说说 Chinese 说说中文 I'm Shuo, your Chinese native speaking teacher living in Bangkok, Thailand. In my last video, I talked about 5 things that you don't want to do in China. And I got a lot of comments sharing the situations in all different countries. It was so fun to see how different people think and react in diverse cultures. So I can't wait to start today's video. Again, let me know in the comments how people in your country think about the 5 things I'm gonna mention in today's video. 那话不多说，我们现在就开始吧。Do you remember my friend Gwen? She's Vietnamese, but quite westernized. We usually see each other every week, but there was one week we were both traveling, so we didn't meet each other.And when we were back and we met each other again, I felt an urge to hug her, and it felt so natural to both of us. But then I couldn't help but realize that between my Chinese friends and I, no matter how long we haven't met each other, it's just so weird for us to hug. 亲亲, 抱抱, it's just not our thing. Kissing them on the cheek? Be careful. You may get seriously injured by just being friendly. 硕老师你好 Hi 流氓 I still want to talk a little bit more about hugging. So I've hugged my parents for probably 5 times in my life. And even that was because I live in Thailand and I don't see them often. So sometimes I hug them at the airport.And I'm still so thankful that last time when I said goodbye to them, which was 3 years ago before COVID, I hugged them for about a few seconds, and that was nice. My student/friend Luke is from the US. When he and his wife came to Thailand, we went to a restaurant. 今天我买单啊，你别跟我抢。好，谢谢。多少钱啊 What Luke should do is 今天我买单啊，你别跟我抢。哎，不用，我请客。那怎么行呢？你是客人，我买单。那我请客，我买单。别说了，我请客。哎，不行，我买单，我买。Fighting over the bill is kind of like a fixed session when you are eating with your Chinese acquaintances. If you hear people quarrel loudly and aggressively in a restaurant, don't worry. That's just us showing our Chinese friendship. 在你的国家也是这样的吗？在评论里告诉我吧。I don't know about other countries, but in Thailand, the situation is like this.
ส้ม อันนี้มันเป็นรสชาติพิเศษจากภาคใต้โอ้ยต้องลองชิมดู
这他妈跟曼谷的菜有什么区别
เป็นไงบ้างอร่อยค่ะ
But in China, the situation is totally different. This is Shanghai food.A bit sweet, a bit sour, and emphasizes the lightness in flavor, which is so different from Hunan food. In my region, we like something that is spicy and oily. The deeper the color is, the more tasty the food is. As a result, a Cantonese person may easily get sick in Hunan, as the climate in Guangdong is hot.Cantonese food doesn't use much spice. Most Cantonese food tastes fresh, natural, and mild. And also they like the natural flavors of fresh sea fish. And this is the food from Xinjiang, Yunnan, Dongbei, Sichuan, all different places in China. So when someone says, 我不喜欢吃中国菜, I'm sorry, but I don't really get your point.所以你是不喜欢吃湖南菜呢，还是广东菜呢，还是东北，还是哪里的菜呢？ We also feel sorry for you at the same time, because there are so many different kinds of Chinese food. It's really a shame if you have only tried 1 or 2 types of Chinese food and decided that you don't like Chinese food. In a nutshell, I understand your craving for burger, pasta, or pizza, but you can also do a food exploration and try more Chinese cuisines. You can ask your friend using this sentence. 这附近有什么好吃的？云南、四川、湖南菜啊。这附近有什么好吃的菜呀？ Back to 2020. There was a flaming in social media between Chinese people and Thai people. Long story short, during the battle, the China team insulted the Thai government, their prime minister, and dismissed the country as poor and backward. And they were surprised to find Thais didn't seem to care. Because it's kind of like a daily activity for Thai people to criticize their own government and their own country. Unlike Thai people and people from some other countries, we do feel a bit uncomfortable about negative comments to our government, especially when those comments are from a person from another country. So I'm not going to talk about any political issues here, just from the perspective of being respectful and polite. It's really not a good idea to talk negatively about Chinese government and China in front of a Chinese person, especially when you barely know them. Funnily enough, it's not okay to talk about politics in front of a Chinese person you barely know, but it's totally okay to talk about weights.
阿姨好，小熊，怎么长胖了呀？
By the way, this skit is from one of my favorite videos. I strongly recommend watching it.
你胖了，你瘦了。It's more like one type of our small talk. So if someone points out that 你胖了, it may not be as offensive as it sounds. But if you really don't like it, you can say 其实我不太喜欢你这么说。其实我不太喜欢你这么说。Or 在我的国家，你这么说不太礼貌。在我的国家，你这么说不太礼貌。I'm sure they can understand and will never mention that to you again. So these are all on my list for today. Let me know if you have any other ideas. And also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm Shuo from 说说中文. I will see you in my next video. 再见。